Okay, so I want to use this opportunity to welcome Professor Reverend Anefiok Akpabio, the Provost of El Shaddai Institute of Theology and Ministerial Training, a theology-based Bible university. And he will also be enlightening us more on personal development. Dr. Motala, you are still raising your hand. So,
Sorry, ma.
it's okay. So, Professor Reverend Anefiok Akpabio is an electrical engineer by career and at the same time a member Association of Supervisory and Executive Engineers of London, MASEE. Professor Akpabio is a professor of theology and biblical studies, Fellow Association of Christian Theologians FAT, Fellow College of Chaplaincy and Psychology in Nigeria FCCP, and Chairman of National Executive Council Association of Christian Theologians. So if I'm going to read all, the profile will be here till tomorrow. So let me just manage to read this one and then you can just see others. It's the Provost of World Harvest Bible College and Seminary Calabar, CRS, Nigeria, General Overseer of Kingdom Builder Ministry, INC, President and Visionary of Ministerial Consultancy Network, a Lancet Marriage Counselor and teacher on marital issues, Head of Administration of World Organization of Ambassadors, African Channery, an international and continental speaker in conferences and seminars, members of Bible Research Institute, MBRI, theologian, scholar, and book writer and author, a child of God and minister of the gospel who is called to teach, preach, take people to their God's destined, and a privileged and accepted speaker of Y.Y.C.I International. Together, he is a member of advisory board member and also Professor Anefiok Akpabio is also our patron of Y.Y.C.I International. So I want to welcome all of you to sit right and let us learn from its wealth of wisdom, knowledge, and many years of experience on personal development. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, my queen. Thank you, everybody, as we spend all this time to make sure that we impart life and we take in what is necessary for us to take in. I congratulate all of you because it's not easy to spend time to learn. Most of the time, we love to tell others. We don't want people to tell us. So you are welcome to every student in this platform. As you listen, I want us to be sure that you bring a lot of the words that you are hearing to build a life to go on. Thank you, everyone, as we go now into our study. This aspect I'm handling today is going to be human development, stages, and observable truth. Majorly, I'm going to build on human development. Next week, we are going to handle capacity development. And so let's look at this so that we can get ourselves going. And I really thank God for our queen, for the sacrifice you are making in order to, I know you suffer more than all of us because you must be there from the beginning and you must be there at the end. But be that as it may, it's a life that you are sharing with others and then you will never go unblessed. So welcome, everybody. When we come now to personal development, I really want to look at some 7 C's and other information that will help us to develop ourselves. We have to understand from the beginning, like we said the other time, that everybody really wants to see that if you are a leader, you have something to offer. I look at some word that I mentioned the other day, that the ultimate in ministry and success is visible evidence. If there's nothing changing in your life, if there is nothing changing along your way, if there is no seeming development, people will not take you serious. Look at the case that somebody may have a wife and a married. What everybody expects is that after some months or some years, there should be pregnancy, there should be belly. And when nothing is happening, they will begin to ask the question, what is happening? And that is also what we are coming down into, the issue of human development. How do we develop our personality? And that's what we are going to look at, those facts that we must understand. Because when we come into development, issues that matter much is what it is. And when we answer what it is, we now come to how the goals to achieve in this. So that at a point we will now come to understand really our area of concentration. So today I really want to enter into areas of concentration in human development. We will focus on personality development. And I want to say, like I've been saying before, that when we look at this, we look at Luke chapter 2, verses 40 to 52, talking about Jesus himself. The Bible says he did not commit himself to men because he knew men. The scripture also says he learned in obedience in the things he suffered, which means for people to do it, I suggest here that there are 7 C for personal development. 7 C or 7 areas that we may actually concern ourselves because of expectation of the people. We as leaders must look into this and take it highly so that we can be what we should be. A leader who cannot perform is even worse than somebody who has not done anything. And so we are going to look at those 7 things that is essential, and we'll add others. Number 1 thing that is more important in personal development is confidence. Confidence. If you are a leader and then you talk about personal development and you don't have confidence in yourself, what do we mean by confidence? Now look at a state where you are of what you are doing. You are really looking at where you are what you are saying. You are what you are doing. You may not talk much, but people will begin to see that this man is confident enough. You can say some words and somebody will say, that one, even if I don't understand what he's doing, but what is seeming to be. We must build our confidence so that by the time you do that, it shows that you are developing. How are you working on your personal confidence? It must be a learned thing. What are those things that contribute to it? Number 1, when you know who you are, when you know where you are going to, when you know you are programming, and when you know the people that are before you, you now build confidence to make you presentable. Your confidence is being assured of yourself and saying the word because you are sure. Some people say that is an expert. That is, they give one name or the other, an expert, an authority. Why do they say so? Because they see confidence in this person. And the person is speaking not, you see, you go, you do this. No, it is not there. Confidence makes you to say what with all assurance. So that is number 1 area we must build if we must actually concentrate on the issue of personal development. Develop your sense of confidence. Know what you want to do. You cannot be confident when you don't know where you are going. You see, somebody can go on a way And he might be a driver. Some of us who drive, you drive to somewhere, somebody said, no, not this way. Because you are coming, he said, don't worry, we know where we are going. Person who is confident know where he's going and know how to get there. So be sure that you have confidence in what you are doing. That's the first C of personal development, confidence. Be right assured and know where you are and where you are going and what you are doing to get what you are doing. The second C is what I call competence, or sometimes we call credibility. Credibility or competence is another C for personal development. You must be credible enough. Credibility talks about the skill of presentation, the skill of knowing what you are doing. And when we look at the actual aspect of competence, that you are able to do it and to present it very well. You know, there are some of us who know how to talk much, but the way of presentation may want to fail. So in confidence, or when we talk about this, building our person, developing ourselves, develop the capacity of how you can be credible enough, how you may not be flouted in one way or the other. Somebody will not say, well, he did very well, bet. That will not make it to be that you have developed yourself. So let's develop ourselves. Sometimes even in public speaking, you develop yourself. You have the confidence. You show the credibility of what you are doing. That shows you are balanced. A person who has developed his personality is a balanced person that cannot shake an issue. You know, there is psychologically, when you are talking to somebody who is either greater than you or higher than you, there is that fear of inferiority complex. You are feeling, should I or should I not? But you can see somebody standing firm, no matter who is there, he's talking, and then you are talking with all confidence. And when somebody sees, you will say, this person is a developed person. So we want to say in this program that as you go on, there is that aspect of looking at that second C, either competency or credibility. A lot of people in this life, they might have a title, but they are not credible. They are not able to defend what they are saying. That's why in the college that we are now, in the study of the institution, there will be a time they say, write your project, come and defend what you are saying. Why do they do that? Because they want to see the credibility. They want to see the competency, whether you are able to be given the diploma certificate that you are looking for. So we must come to that. And that is part, ability to bring yourself up to the level you can be credible enough is what we are calling human development or personal development. The third C is courage. If you must build confidence, if you must build yourself, if you must encourage yourself in the aspect of human development or personal development, there must be courage. What do we mean by courage? I say here, the inner strength or motivation to go forward and there into unknown. It is, as I say again, the inner strength or motivation to go forward and go into an unknown without giving in any discouragement. You have the ability. You decide. You have the inner strength to go forward. You have the inner motivation to continue. You have the inner motivation to start a thing. And when you start it, there's nothing that will make you to feel, I don't know whether I'm going on or not. That inner unction. You know, everything we do starts from the inner being. I always sometimes look at what Jesus was saying when he mentioned in the book of John, chapter 7, verse 37 and 38. He said, what did he say? He said, if you are thirsty, come and drink. And out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. Something must come from the inside, not the outside that matter. But what comes from the inside is what makes it. That's what we call the inner strength or motivation to go forward and go to the unknown without doubt, without being afraid, because you know ahead what is going to be. Out of your belly shall flow. As a student, as lecturers, there is that need of us to have the inner confidence, develop ourselves to the level we can fully not be intimidated by anybody. You know, sometimes when we are speaking and when we are teaching and when we are acting with others, the other person will want to intimidate you. The height is not intimidation. Learn a lesson from David. Goliath was not intimidated. It was not intimidation to him at all. 9 feet tall, it wasn't a problem. But what it is, he moved with confidence. He told him, you come to me with sword and spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord. That's confidence. And that's when we talk about courage. He took up the thing when everybody talked. I remember when David wanted to move, Saul asked Abner, whose son is this? Because he saw the capability, because he see how the boy was talking bold. So that is what makes what you can be. You must develop yourself to that level that you can have the inner unction. I can make it. I can do it. I will do it. And he told the people, you come to me with spear, with sword, but I come to you in the name of the Lord. And today, your head will be taken out from you. You know, most of the time, that confidence, that courage can make you go higher than even what you thought. And it starts from the inner being. Out of their belly shall flow rivers of living water. Not the head knowledge, but the thing that comes from the inner being. That's the third C. That is an inner strength. I want to say, whatever you are learning, wherever you see yourself, gather your inner strength. Be able to be impactful. So that when you do that, someone will say, no, this man is courageous. This man is courageous. This man is this. This man is that. And that is the third one. Then the fourth C is what we call commitment. You can never achieve any purpose, any goal without being committed. You will not discipline yourself and develop yourself without being committed to that aspect. Because it is what you commit yourself to that can make the best of your life. If you are not committed, you will not be there. How many of us are in this program? Some have stopped very far a long time. They could not go on because I'm not committed. Some out of pride, they stop being here. Some out of discouragement, they stop being here. Some out of lack of interest, they stop being here. But you see that if you are committed to a thing, you go all out to make it. If we are committed to developing ourselves, nothing will stop us because it all starts from the heart. The Bible says what you can see is what is going to come out for you. And then if you can see it, you can get it. As you see it, you make a commitment. Commitment, I say here, is the heart and the determination to give out all you are and all you have to see success even when there's no seeming possibility. Remember, I said something here. By the time I talk about commitment, I said commitment is the heart and the determination to give all you have and all you are to be successful and achieve what you want to become. All you are is your intellect, your dream, your vision, your everything, and your proposal for the future, your estimation, your dreams, everything, and all you have within you. If you have nothing, you will offer nothing. We can only give out what we have. And when you can, like now, if I stretch out my hands here, my hand will stop at where I stop. But there is still things in the sky that I must do. So that's commitment. If you are committed to developing yourself, you see that you will attain that level. Anybody, we were not born, everybody was not born a winner. But there are some people who aim winning, and some people who learn winning, and there are some people who struggle to win. So all this is because of how you decide to do and get your way on. Give out all you have. Be committed to the task of learning. To all the students, I want to say to you, if you are not committed to your learning, the certificate is not the only thing. The thing is for you to live the life. Be the certificate yourself. I tell students over here, be the certificate yourself. They say diploma, they say degree, they say masters, they talk all those ones. It is you that's supposed to be that. So let us understand and know it very well that commitment is a 4 C. I talk about 7 C's. The 4C is commitment. Be committed. Make sure that you have involved yourself. Some people say, I have left my hand, I cannot go back. You hear when people say that because they are committed to be sure. Let us also know, commitment is not easy. Because there are times you are committed to do a particular thing, the cost of achieving, the people that are there to discourage you, a lot of things are there, your human ability is there, everything wants to collapse you. But when you determine to make it, you will make it. Commitment goes with determination. So if we are to build ourselves and be what we should be, that issue of commitment is essential. The 5th C of personal development is conscience. And I want us to know it, conscience. And what am I talking there? I'm talking about the ability to carry out a given or decided action with a feeling of others and God's consciousness. Conscience is one of the guiding things. A lot of people do things in this life without a conscience. You can wound somebody, not minding. You can affect somebody, not minding. You can insult somebody, not minding. After all, I don't care. When you come to that level, you cannot develop yourself because the people who could have corrected you, who could have helped you, who could have suggested to you, will be discouraged about you and leave you to be there. So the 5th C is conscience. Do you have a conscience? Because conscience regulates activity. Conscience makes us have the feeling of others. Conscience helps us to be what we ought to be. Not until somebody blames you. When you have a conscience, you know how to play your role and do your thing the way it ought to be done. But when a situation happens that we feel, after all, who is there, who is not there? Like what we see in the worldly governmental circle today. Do they have a conscience? Somebody will have a lot, and then the few little he could give to others, he will not give. That's no conscience. Conscience is the deciding factor in human life. And every man that have a conscience will not wait until people blame you, will not wait until people say this should be done. You will be a deciding factor yourself. So conscience is also there. As you want to develop yourself, are you talking about developing your influence or developing your inner strength or developing your authority or developing your finances? Know that conscience will tell you, no, don't play it this way. Do it the other way. Conscience is the only speaker in our hearts that can defy every other word. So when you are building yourself, build yourself with conscience, ability to carry out a given or decided action with a feeling of others. A feeling of others. A feeling of what God is going to say. Not just what I want to be. So when we develop ourselves, don't hurt somebody to feel that that's how to develop. Make sure we bring people together and help them build each other together. We talk about the 6th C of building our human development or personal development, and that is continuity. Continuity. Do you know there are some people that have a start of a thing and they end up on the way? You are not an achiever. What matters much is not when you start running, but what matters much is the end of the running. You see, even in the football play, a particular team may even win, have 3 goals to nothing in halftime. And they may relax because they feel they are okay now. They say no problem. Before they defend, before they do it, and they equalize us, it will be hard. Not knowing the other people might have cooled down themselves and they gather themselves and they have their strategy and then they know where they are going. So in such a case, there must be a continuity. If you start learning a life, if you decide to develop yourself, let it be a continuous progress. Look at what life is all about. Life is not stagnant. Life is progressing. Today, somebody is primary 1. Next day, he has entered university or secondary school. The other day, enter university. The next day, he goes. So life is in stages. There must be continuity. Don't start training yourself now, developing yourself now. You say, after all, I have reached the climax. Nobody has ever reached the climax. Nobody have a monopoly of knowledge. We learn every day. You see, some of us here with our big titles and positions, we still learn. For what everybody is saying in this platform, we are learning. Like the Queen will always tell us, we are learning. And if we are learning, you don't underestimate anybody. You can learn a lesson from a little child. The Bible says, go to the ants. Why did God refer man to an ant that can say nothing and do nothing? He said, go and learn what you want. You who say you are wise. That shows continuity. Please don't go beyond or above. Don't feel that you have arrived. I think that's the word I should say. Everyone in this platform, don't feel you have arrived. You students, even when you get your diploma certificate, know that there is masters, know that there is doctorate, know that there is things. So excel, decide to go on. That's development. We don't have a lot of people that do personal development. It's only personal show up. Personal show up. Don't you know me? Don't you know where I am? Don't you know my title? Those ones are nothing. What the world want to enjoy is what you contribute to the society from one age to the other, because one day story will be told about you. So know that continuity, we say continuity is a determination to continue until you see the result. How have you been? In personal development, you may turn to see naturally you are arrogant, you are very insulting, you are proud. And if you want to develop yourself, you must make sure you bring down that yourself to the level you come to realize you who were proud yesterday, you are now a calm, cool person that can listen to others. See the result first. Continuity. You decide, determined to continue until you see the result. Let's get into this as we are studying. And those of us in the diploma, be sure there is going to be an upgrading. Make sure you go. The sky should be your limit, because every day we learn. If you stop learning, you should die away. That's the grammar I tell people. If you feel that you cannot learn again, die. Because as far as this life is concerned, you must actually be learning and understanding. The 7C of personal development is called clear concepts. Clear concepts. What do I mean by that? Know what you are doing where you are now as you are going to attend the next place. Have a clear concept. Have a clear understanding. Have the global, the real thing. Where am I going? So that you can now know what you should do in order to make what life is to be. Are you clear of who you want to be? Students, are you clear of what you want to become? Or sometimes when you talk about Bible training, we all go to, okay, when I have that certificate, it's okay. It's not okay, because there are some people who have certificate today, they don't have anything working. There are some people who have certificate today, they don't use it for anything. So what is important there is the issue of clear concept. Have a clear concept. Number one, know yourself. Understand who you are. And number two, know your proximity. To which extent will I not go beyond here? Do you know something that we look at life? Some people feel they will be young every time throughout life. There will be time like what Jesus told Peter. He said, Peter, there was a time you were able to go to anywhere you want to go. You do anything you want to do. He said, but the time is coming that you will be staying there. Somebody will drag you and say, go this way or go that way. And I want to say there should be clear concepts so that we understand, have I really achieved the goal of personal development? Have I really developed myself? Good enough, this is a global program. And we are talking to millions of people everywhere as they hear us. One thing is, let's begin to be clear of what we are. If you know that what you are adventuring to enter is not very clear to you, stop somewhere. You see, if you are traveling and you go to where you are confused, the best thing to do is you stop there and ask questions. Where is this road? Where is this one looking for? But one thing I see in knowledge is that people will even want to go to error and not asking questions to be very clear. So if you must develop yourself and make it very well, so by the time I talk about developing your capability, then we will fully understand where we are going. By the time, be clear, understand this is where I'm going. This is what must take me there. You must carry the thing that will help you survive and go to where you are going. You must learn a subject that will help you. Look at the universities. Look at all the institutions. They want to train people based on where you can fit in yourself. And so when you know you weren't able to make this is not church, this is not church program. Now, because you are a pastor, you can do all things. You say, I'm all things to all men. When we come to personal development, specialization is important. You must specialize. And that's why we have different people on different situations, though they may have the same title, but they know the area that they are getting and they are being. So be sure that this development is in that direction in order to make things go the way it must go. You are building yourself, you are making up yourself. When we do this, you see, it's going to really help. I get to the next area, that is how to improve your personality. If you know who you are, psychologically, scripturally, humanly, you know who you are, you have taken care of those seeds, and you have done what we say. Now you come to the situation of saying, how do I improve? It might be you will talk about, let me start with the spiritual. You are able to pray for only 5 minutes or for only 10 minutes. And you go somewhere and you see somebody who have been on the knee for 30 minutes, for 1 hour praying. And you admire. What you need to do is you go now. How do you improve that your personality? That's the area I want to handle now. To improve is important, because if you are where you are all the time, you will be outdated. Our world is upgrading every day. There were times that you cannot even talk. There was a time there was no phone. And so there was a time, even when the phone was there, was that analog. You screw the thing and screw the thing and screw the thing. But this time around, I am now talking to some of us in India, talking to some of us in UK, talking to some of us in US, because the thing is now going. Somebody sat down to think about the future. So if you want to do this, I now suggest to us about 4 things. If we have to develop ourselves, number 1, develop your conversational skill. Conversational skill. What am I meaning here? Read something every day. We have said that before last week, that you must read books. You are not able to grab everything all the time. And people have succeeded to lay some of the information in their books. And so what you can do in order to develop your person, improve, we say that you need to read something every day. The Queen told us that, read something every day. Anything, read. But don't read the one that will spoil your head. Read something every day. Sometimes when we go to all these Facebook, what people go to is going to look at all those negative things that doesn't matter. There are some good things that is placed on the first book. You read those things. You store it, or whether you store it or then you make sure that you snap it there, and from time to time you go and look at it. It will now be and make you to be improved. And when somebody listens to you, will know that this person is wonderful. We are not wonderful in a day. Read something every day. And when you read something every day, develop opinion on important issues. Don't just grab everything. Read something every day. But those important issues, develop. And as you develop it, you see, it's going to help you, because you are now concentrating on the area you are developing and will try for you to do. So when you develop, I say here, be a good listener. You know, there are some of us whom we have itching ears. If somebody talk too long, you say, I beg, close. Why? Because we don't want to listen. You know, there are certain things you listen and then you get some things out of what somebody said. Sometimes if you want to, like us here and many we are lecturers over here, sometimes there are certain things that they say you may not understand. There are certain things you say, and if they want to elaborate what you say, no, I didn't say like that. There must be an aspect that you listen, be a good listener. Listen to what people say. Listen to things. Don't listen to things that will condemn or discourage your life, but listen to things that can help you. You can pass by somewhere. That's why God did not give us something to close our ear. He decided our ears to be open so that you can listen, so that you can hear. And those that are good, you take it in. Those that are not good, you leave it. Why did he close the eye? So that you can, there are something you blind, you just close your eye, you don't want to see. But the ear must see everything. But when you are doing that, you pick up the good things. And that is going to be. You know, there are a lot of ways you can live your life. And there are ways that others have lived and succeeded, which you can also live. That's where they say experience is the best teacher. So as we get into this, remember, as we want to develop our communications or conversational skill, how we converse, how we do it, you develop it, how you listen to people, how you can talk, because three things about talking. You can talk, but you don't mean anything. Somebody can listen to you, doesn't gather anything. And so how to talk is number one. The thing you want to talk is number two. The third one is the one people hear from you is number three. The one you feel that they hear from you, which they have not heard, is there. All this is the issue of the listening ear. And when you do that, put your phone down and do the performance. What I'm saying here, when you listen and when you learn, begin to perform and see how it works. When you finish that, another way that you can actually improve your personality is becoming more well-rounded. Becoming more well-rounded. What do I mean by that? You should not be only fixed for one thing. This is what I am known for. Man is a terrible being by God. He has given us all the potential that you can flow in every direction and everywhere. And so what you can do is become well-rounded. I mean this, meet new people. As you are meeting new people, learn their lives. Don't just sit in a place without learning. When I started live, because my first working was in the newspaper corporation of the state here in Calabar, we were trained that every person that worked in that office or in that place is a journalist. So we're told to be going with Bible pen and pocket notebook, that anything can happen. Jot it down, bring it to the journalist, they will put it well and put it into the news. That develops our life, that every time you can take note of everything. You know, our brain carries a lot of things. So you may not think that what you remember in the morning, you remember it in the afternoon. Some, even when you remember it now, before 30 minutes, you have forgotten. And then, but if you pen it down, you see that you can still remember. So a way of building yourself or making sure you improve yourself as a person is on becoming well-rounded. Meet new people, practice new hobby. Not only that, do something just for yourself daily. Try to do something. I don't say be workaholic. Carry yourself into everything. Do tangible things that you can look back. We tell people, do a thing so that the extent that people, you can laugh at yourself at the end. As to say, you can rejoice. Oh, I was able to do this. Little thing makes what life goes on. You can maintain a healthy diet and other things like that. In the material we have, you will see all this I'm talking. So when we begin to build ourselves and live the life, it will make it reflect on what you are grateful about every day. The thing that make you to be sorrowful, ignore. Don't allow it to be in your mind. You always dream failure and see failure and act failure. Look at the good positive side and then strengthen yourself to be sure that you do that. And when you get into that, I want to say that the next thing for you to do, if you are actually wanting to do what we call this personal development, is make a good impression. People want to see you improving. Make a good impression. I have told us in this program, I met a boy who was smoking all the time. The hand here was peeled with fire. The teeth was as black as anything. And when I told him, why don't you change? He said, something must kill a man. Something must kill a man. And so what he does is that whether you like it or not, if he kills me, he kills me. What we are saying here, in personal development, make good impression. Let people see that you, who was not able to speak the other day, who was not able to say, you can now present things well. Don't be foolish all the time. Don't let people think that you are a joke cracker. Every time you can't joke, you do that. Let people see sensibility in your action. And that is going to help them regard you, respect you, and then honor you, because they see that you are developing. Everybody was not just where they are now, for now. They build it up day after day. I was talking in Abuja on Sunday. And I tell them that I'm picking to marry people because at least I'm a father for 46 years now, or for 46 and a half years now as a father. So for that reason, I can tell the story and tell how it is. We build and then we create good impression. By that I mean, create everything with a smile. You know, don't do as you are too serious in life. Personal development. Develop yourself to the extent that even if you are annoyed, people may not see that you are annoyed. Come to a level that you bring good impression. That even if you have a bitter statement to make, they don't understand where you are getting to. Don't create enemies for yourself. Because if you don't make good impression, people look at you, condemn you, and say what they say. And before you come out, like we who preach here, like preachers, before you go there, your face is tied, you have condemned all the members, all of you are going to hell, you will die tomorrow, and all that. When they look at that, they will see that you are a condemnation preacher. They will not hear you again. Therefore, as students, as lecturers, as people, create good impression. By number one, I say, place a smile on your face. Number two, mind your manners. Mind your manners. The way you deal with people, the way you are, the way you touch, the way you behave, the way you do it, mind your manners. That shows the good impression, and that shows that you are disciplining yourself. Anybody that you go anywhere, people are there, you touch it, do this and do that, they will see that you are irresponsible. These are things that is part of building and making ourselves to that we are developed. Not only that, ask an open-ended question that requires more than just a yes or no. It is important for those of us who teach and for those of us who pastor, or for those of us who are leaders, don't just ask your people a question that can say yes or no is the answer. Ask an open-ended question so that by the time they let them crowd their brain, let them think about it. Look at Jesus. He sat down and asked the disciple, what do men say that I am? That was almost to be a yes or no question. But when they said, some say you are this, some say you say, but now what do you say I am? And if not Peter, who was quick to say, that are the Christ, others could have gotten some other words about him. So always when you want to ask people questions, even in the class, even in your study, even where you are, ask an open-ended question so that let them crowd their brain. Let them see what they can do in order to give an answer. That will make sure that they are developed, they are thinking, and you yourself, you are developed in acting like that. Like when we put exams and say answer yes or no, that's no exams at all. That is oral display. We need to ask questions that somebody can now ask. Look at sometimes when we say ask you a question, what do you say? She knows you know what you want to say, but you want to hear whether you understand. So ask questions. And not only that, keep your opinion first so as to allow others to speak their mind. By the time you want to show that you have developed yourself, don't just give solution. Keep your opinion first. Let other people say what they want to say. And by then you can now learn the kind of people you are learning with or talking to. You can now learn if you are in a church, if you are in a school, if you are anywhere, you can now learn Don't talk everything. Allow them to give their opinion. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And you can now say at the end, okay, this one has said this one has said this, but this is what I say now. And that is what we saw when we studied the scripture. When they were talking about how will you do this, how do this, James said, you go to Acts of the Apostle chapter 15. You realize when Paul or Barnabas and the other one, they came and they told the disciple that they are preach, this is what they preach, this is what they do, and then but there is a problem. They say until we are circumcised. They gathered together. The chairman of the program was James as the pastor of Jerusalem church. Paul spoke, Peter spoke, John spoke, the rest spoke. But you hear the statement of a leader. He said, James said, my sentence is this. After hearing all what you are saying, my sentence is this, that we should not disturb these people in whatever they are doing. They should not disturb them, but they should do this and they should do that, they should do that, they should do that. Allow people to have a say. That shows maturity. That shows personal development. Allow them to say, keep something there. Offer a helping hand for those who need it. Because there are some who may not want to hear what you are talking about. And then I say, continue doing those things that you know you cannot come by. When you do this, you see you are improving yourself. Don't have a routine thing about life. You say personal development. Continue to do certain things you were not able to do before. As you keep learning, one day you'll be a master. Nobody has been born a master. We all learn and grow together. That is what you can do when we talk about developing ourselves and being what we ought to be. Because it's important. Human development or personal development is important. Don't be timid every year. Don't be the same every moment. Even in the marital circle, the way you were as it was in the day beginning, so shall it ever be, world without end. It's not the thing. Let there be progression. People begin to see this one is going in knowledge, in understanding. That's where we have those stages. From the time a child is in the womb, to the time he's grown, to the time he starts learning, to the time he goes to school, to the time he marries, to the time he has children, to the time he's ready to die. Those are stages. God decided to do this to let us know that we should also graduate from one level to the other. When that is done, you will be a good student who studies to know, not until you study psychology, not until you study crabology, not until you study all those philosophy. But when we begin to learn, to improve ourselves, we say it will work. The next thing here, if we really want to develop ourselves, which is key important, and which is a thing of emphasis I want to emphasize, is set your goals. Set your goals. Because as far as life is concerned, any goal that is unset cannot be achieved. Set your goals. And I want to mention some things that for us to understand this. As I say, set your goal. If you want to improve, set it. This month, this is what I want to do. The other month, this is what I want to do. The next year, this is what I want to be. Some people plan, at the age of this, I will marry. At the age of this, I will do this. At the age of this, I will. This is goal setting. And it gives you steady in what you are doing. A of what I say is set goals for yourself. That is, develop conventional skill through reading. Set goals for yourself. Our queen have actually told us, read a book every day. Pick one book and then read. Sometimes you can go to the contents and see what is in the content. You may not be able to read all, but go to where the interest is and read that area. Take note of what you have gotten something. You have gone to school there, and you continue like that. So set goals of developing yourself in reading. Number 2 is make an action plan. That's the second part in this setting goal. Make action plan. A thing you never plan, you will never execute. Because life doesn't need emergency. Emergency should only happen when you have not set some goals. So set some goals, maintain an action plan. This is what I want to do. Now, one thing I've seen about life, we do copy too much. Because somebody have done something and you see has gotten it, you don't know whether he has taken time before he does that. The next thing we jump into it. When you don't know the intricacies in the whole thing and you go to do it, you have a problem. So set your goals and then make action plan. After making action plan, learn new skills. Now that I want to do this, this is what how I can achieve. This is what I've seen the other person do. Introduce something new. Bring something real. You know, when the scripture tells us that a scribe, that's where I told us about who you should be here. He said a scribe is such a person that's able to bring new and old. We who are theologians, by calling, by profession, by whatever we could call, we are people who should bring out things new and old every day. Let people see the scripture the way they did not understand before. Let them actually see God clear and real. That is when you are able to learn new skill, when you are able to make action plan. Then the next one is be charismatic with the expert series. If there is something, what do we mean by charismatic? That's put life into it. Bring in life. Somebody say be lively. Don't just begin to say, you know, and this is what we say. Everybody will sleep before you finish. Therefore, what you need to do is be charismatic. Put life into it. Let your word be filled with life, so people will know that something is real. What did Jesus tell John or tell the Pharisee? He said John was a burning and a shining light, and you were willing to accept at a point, and then you drop, because he was actually bringing life into the system. After you do that, he said, have a great personality. I want to say that when we talk about developing yourself, develop your personality. Your personality is you. What I'm talking now, it is me inside talking now. And it is the way I build up my personality. It's the way I know that make me to say how I say and do what I do. The same thing to every speaker here. The same thing to all of you students in the class. You must build your personality. Let not only somebody build it for you. The way the other person did may not be the way you do, but the principle may be the same. But the area of concentration may be different. But altogether, it is still building. When you have done that, I say have an alternative personality, attractive personality. You know, why people love one person and hate the other, or they may not like the other as the other one, is a way of presentation attractiveness. When they look at this person, is attractive. Not today that people are using painting and all the kinds of things. I call it internal and external decoration. And then they will decorate themselves and move about, and that's not the issue. The thing is in the inside. Have an attractive personality, especially the spiritual attractiveness. Let somebody begin to look at you and then see what you carry. See the glory of God upon your life. The Bible says we are to move from glory to glory every day, not dwindling and going down. Develop yourself and have great personality so people can actually come close. One day we have studied in this class, the people who look down at Jesus, that's Mark chapter 6. They looked down at Jesus. They did not feel it was anything, whether they took him as a carpenter, they thought that. The Bible says in that Mark chapter 6 from verse 1 to 12, when they saw Jesus teaching, and when they were listening to what he was saying, they asked themselves a question: where did this man study this thing? How did he come to this? Is not his brother here? Let there be a situation that people who doubted you begin to give applause to you. That is when we talk about human development. Develop yourself to the extent that you can have the great personality. And when you speak, somebody will say, listen to the man. He has something to offer. And remember, you cannot be regarded except you have something you can offer your generation. Along the line is make your personality stand. Don't be somebody today, tomorrow you are no more. People are looking for people who have lasted long and have stayed in life. Let your personality stand and last long. And when that is done, be likable. You know, when your personality counts, then you'll be likable. People will love you. People want to hear from you. You know that sometimes some people are interested in people who do thing that is not even important to their mind. But because of the way they present that program, the way they present that thing, they begin to say, no, let me listen to them. Let me do this. They become likable, not because they may even affect life. Then I say, make people want to be around you. When you have developed yourself, you see people want to be around you. If you are speaking, people want to come around to listen to you. And this is part of what life is all about. You can't walk alone. You must work with people. They must be around you. And when you live a life that people are running away from you, you know that you are off the gear. Then when they have done that, I say, groom your personality. Let me emphasize that. Your personality need to be groomed. You know, when we talk about grooming, build it up. That's why by next week, we'll talk about capacity building. So that you can now know how you can build your capacity and be who you are. Because there's nothing limiting us. Number one, God has given us all the wisdom. I think the scientists have told us, and some people have told us that 50% of human brain capacity have not been utilized. If that is true by science, that 50% of the brain capacity have not been utilized, you now begin to ask, if man have gotten all what God have invested in him, then we could have turned the world upside down. With the little that God have released to us to be able to do, with this human incapacitated situation, we are still able to fly high, do this and go here. Then if man were God, then they could have not. You don't even understand what should happen. So what we are, be you a developer, be you have to do that. You see, people will always stand by you. I say here that it is important for us to fully understand that when we come to human development or personal development, it takes you as a person to work on yourself, to produce another man in you. I love the statement of Samuel to Saul. And I always love, I talk to students here and everywhere. Two people made a statement. Samson told Delilah, this my hair that I have, if you cut it off, my strength will leave me and I will become like any other man. That was Samson telling her, I will be like any other man. Even like a madman, like a foolish man, like a what, I will become like any other man. But you see, when Saul was crowned king, Samuel told Saul, he said, go along as you go. You are going to see a company of priests, prophets. They are going to move along. When you go, join them. And when you join, you shall become another man. Do we see the difference between Samson and Saul? He said, you shall become another man. But to Samson, he told Delilah, I will be like any other man. I want to close so that I may receive questions to all of us. Don't be like any other man. Don't achieve what other men have achieved. You are another man with dignity, with possession, with authority, with imprinted and embarked things from God. Then you need to be like another man. But you must know your company. He was not to be another man if he could have stayed in the house like Delilah and Samson. But he decided to join himself to the prophet. Say, you will see the company of prophet. And as they are prophesying, join them and you shall become another man. I pray that in this program, you who are students, we who are lecturing, will gradually grow from strength to strength and become another man. Because that's what God is expecting from us. I bless all of you. I say, I pause now till next week. If you have questions, you are free to ask. But remember, be another man. Don't be like any other man. And that will make things better for us. Thank you. Any question from any area?
Yes. Thank you so much,
So my queen, I rest
Professor.
my case. So you can now have the questions.
Amazing, amazing. Okay.
Please,
Firstly,
yeah.
Dr. Samina, wait, please. I just want to appreciate Professor Reverend Akpabio. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this very important information. Imagine if the whole world are working towards their personal development. Most of the things we are facing today, we will not face it at all. And sometimes they just overlook personal development. They look outside first. They look after outside first before looking within. And within is the one that will take us out there. It is what is within that we will shine out for people to see. But if we ignore our within, our development, our self-care, then that's where we emulate wrong attitude, wrong behavior, wrong that, because all those ones are external when it comes to that. I also want to say thank you. I missed something right from the beginning, not right from the beginning. When you were talking about commitment, you talk about aim winning. What's the second and the third? Aim winning.
I said, okay, when we talk about, I talk about confidence. You noted that I talk about competence and credibility. We talk about courage. And when it comes to commitment, I say that the heart determined to give out all you are, and have to see success, even when others are not involved or are not ready to support you. I don't know whether that's the area.
Yeah, that's the area. And then you said something like aim winning, then the second one, something winning, and then the third one, something winning. So I missed that three. You said the first one was aim winning, aim to win. So what's the second one?
Okay, I meant that you should aim to win.
Yes.
Work to win.
Work to win.
Work to win. Then appreciate your winning.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. That's what I want to confirm.
If we don't work out, well, even Jesus said, work out your salvation. The Bible says, work out your salvation with trembling and fear. We must work it out.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Now it is question time. And please, can we make the question brief, very brief? We are aiming to finish 1 o'clock and we have only 18 minutes to finish up this section today. So we don't want to exceed the time. So when you ask questions, ask straight away questions that is clear for the lecturer to understand and to answer briefly. So, Dr. Samina, thank you so much for joining us. And you want to ask questions, sir, ma'am?
Yeah. Please tell me what Elia said to Alicia, and what Samuel and Delilah. What about Samuel and Delilah? Elia, what said he is the man? He is the next man. What Elia said to Alicia? Elijah said to Alicia. Elijah said to Alicia.
No, I was saying that to Samson, he told Delilah that if the hay is cut, I will be like any other man. But that Samuel saw. He said, when you are, after you are being crowned, join yourself to the prophets, and you shall be like you shall become another man. So I was emphasizing that when we talk about personal development, we are talking of us becoming another man from who we are. Now, the person who saw us yesterday, when they see you today, they say there is improvement, which means let's improve. But if it is Delilah and Samson, he said, I will be like any other man, a drunkard on the road, somebody who have not gone to school, behaving anyhow. So that's the area. I don't know, is there any other area I was mentioning?
Yeah. I will be like any other man. I will be like any other man.
That is Judges 16. You want the portion?
Reference.
Okay, reference.
Yeah.
Where Samson, that should be Judges chapter 15.
Chapter 15. Judges chapter 15.
Judges
chapter 15.
chapter. It should be between 12 to 15.
12 to 15. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Judges chapter 15 from 12 to 15. Okay.
12 to 15. Okay.
Yeah.
And
okay.
And about the reference of the Jesus. Jesus said.
Which one is that?
Told about you said about the Jesus. What Jesus said? You
is it the
give
one I said when
example of the Jesus that Jesus is telling us. And what is the you have tell us the reference of it, but the book don't mention. Book don't mention about when you give the reference of Jesus. Jesus 7 and 38. I think encourage 7 and 38 and courage. This must be inner strength. You have the inner ability and confirm 7 and 38. What is 7 and 38? And about the David and Goliath, I will come with the name of God. What is the reference?
Could somebody remind me more? Can we add to what Dr. Samena is saying so that I can know where to direct?
Yes, I think she just wants the reference that you quote from the scripture regarding regarding David when he was facing Goliath, and he said, I come in the name of God.
Okay, God. David is First Samuel chapter 17.
First Samuel.
First Samuel.
Chapter 17.
Chapter 17.
Chapter 17.
Chapter 17.
Okay, that's it. And what's the verse?
17.
The verse.
Because
and
it's
just the exact statement is David said that I come in the name of God.
In the name of the Lord.
And
okay.
Elisha.
All right.
Elijah and Elisha. Tell us the reference. He will the man, and the word what you tell about Elijah and Elisha. They were prophets.
Second Kings chapter 2.
2 Kings chapter 2.
Kings chapter 2. What he said to Elijah? This is the next man. He is the next man. 2 Kings chapter. Please. Chapter.
Is 2 Kings chapter 2.
Okay. Verses.
Chapter 2. Okay.
Where I was talking, where David was talking to Goliath, I come in the name of the Lord, is that First Samuel 17, verse 45 to 48.
Okay. And then the 2 Kings chapter 2.
Yes, that is the discussion with the last 3 verses is where David,
chapter 2, last 3 verses. And about the Jesus, that Jesus said, I have written here.
Okay.
When you go to look at it, you may send in, then I will answer. I will give the details in the platform.
Yes, they will give the details in the platform. So let's also entertain others. I mean, welcome others' questions. Do you have any questions, please? Any other questions? Because we have only 10. If you have any questions or you have any contributions. Yeah. Senior Professor General Charles, Mr. Adelaja, Ambassador Rachel, and Mr. Additional, and Dr. Rita Aguilar. Thank you for joining us today. So is there any other question or any other contribution? Yes. Dr. Rita, any contribution?
Just thank you. It was a great, what I heard, a great session. Thank you very much. I think that we learn a lot, and I think it's more reflexive. We have a lot to reflect because we have a lot to learn. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Senior Professor Charles.
My brother should speak. My brother should speak.
Yeah. Senior Professor Charles. It might be maybe in the meeting. Maybe they called him for meeting or something. Okay. Mr. Adelaja. Okay, yes. Mr. Adelaja, Ambassador Rachel, and Mr. Adeshino. Anything else? If there's nothing else, I think we can just
nothing from me, ma.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I will ask Jesus about chapter 2, verse 40 to 58. And what is the book? What is the book?
Second King. Am I right?
No. Jesus, about Jesus. Chapter 2. Area of concentration. What Jesus said.
Area of concentration.
Concentration. Area of concentration. Chapter 2, verse 40 to 52.
But what's the book?
What was the book?
Okay, Luke.
Okay, thank you.
Luke chapter, Dr. Samina, what did you call it?
Okay.
Luke chapter 2.
Luke chapter 2, verse 40 to 52.
40. What do you call it?
40.
40
to 52.
Oh, yeah.
40
to 42.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much.
Any other question?
Really, very impressive lecture, and very much good about the 7 C's and human development, and 7 areas. The stages are very good. The steps.
Amazing.
We should follow it so that people can look our inner and outer personality. We should polish ourselves. Wonderful, wonderful. I appreciate a lot.
Thank you so much. Just to recap, the 7 C's for personal development: confidence, competent, courage, commitment, conscious, continuity, I think, and clear concepts. So I think we got it right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And if you have any other question, you can send it to yyci.academic@gmail.com. So we really appreciate. Before we move on, before we close, we have only 5 minutes. Dr. Samina, do you want to say anything? Do you want to contribute? Just say a few words before we go.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. I appreciate, and I learn a lot. And it is a very impressive lecture about the developing of a personality. Be charismatic and attractive personality. Good. I appreciate.
You appreciate and you are satisfied?
Thank you.
Yeah.
With your questions. Dr. Rita Aguilar, you want to say something? Yeah, you said something. Or you still want to contribute anything
all
else?
the references 2 times.
Yeah.
And I have to say that repeat the reference 2 times because I always listen.
Yeah, it's good.
Note them in my notebook.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. Since there's nobody else to say something, Mr. Basi,
Yes, ma.
you want to say?
Yes.
Yeah, good
Yes,
afternoon.
ma. Good afternoon, ma. Let me thank everyone who is still an Reverend Professor. Thank you for the lecture.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is very good, and we have get something from the today's lecture. Thank you so much, ma, and thank everybody for today's classes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so Reverend Professor, you want to release your assignment, or you want to send it to me, sir?
I will send the assignment to you so that you send it to the class.
All right, sir. That would be great. That would be great. So on behalf of Y.Y.C.I International, Y.Y.C.I International Academic, and Appleton Private University in UK, we say thank you, sir, being our patron and also teaching us valuable top model on personal development. We want to say thank you for your time. I guess I can see the background of your picture, so I guess you are now at home. You are back to Calabar.
Yes, I'm back to Calabar. I came back to Calabar yesterday.
You are welcome back home.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can now see that you are at home. So thank you so much, sir. And then if you have any notes that you want to release to us, we will be happy as well. And
I'll do that.
And also the question and the assignment. And to all our great leaders on the platform, please continue to do your assignments. Don't wait till the last time, and then you start rushing all the assignment. Remember, punctuation, remember your attendance is very, very important in class. And if for one reason or the other you couldn't attend, all the videos are offloaded on YYCI.tv, YouTube channel, and also some of the questions are there already. So if you click the description, the assignments are there for you to answer. Please submit your assignment as soon as possible. Also, make sure you are on YYCI academic WhatsApp group, because all the informations are being posted to that. I want to appreciate Dr. Omotola. She's been doing fantastic job reminding us for the masterclass, and also dropping one information or the other on the platform. So I want to also appreciate Ambassador Basi as well. Always, there's been a lot of good turnouts with the assignment, but please, any assignment you've missed, please submit your assignment. And Dr. Motala, I've done what you asked me to do last week. I've compiled all the assignments we have so far into one place, and into one document, and I've sent it to the platform. I hope you've got it. I'm just going to be waiting for Professor Akpabio and few of our lecturers to send their assignment, including myself, because I think I've only released one assignment, and actually two. The other one was oral, which we dealt with this morning on this platform. And it's about those questions that Dr. Omotola has placed on this chat box. So you can pick it up and start. Some of my assignment will be for you to practice, and at the end of it all, I might want you to write reflection of how do you feel after you answer those questions to yourself. So that's kind of the assignment you'll be getting from me. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us. It's exactly 1 o'clock. Just 1 minute to be 1 o'clock, and then we can close. Dr. Motala, you have something to say quickly? Dr. Motala Shoboali, quickly.
Ma, I'm with you, ma. All right, ma. Thank you so much, Queen Mother. Really appreciate you. We thank you for your effortless effort and zeal striving towards making sure our life improve and we are getting better every day. Thank you so much, Ma. And all the lectures that we have been tutored on, the grace and the empowerment for us to continue to dwell on it and also be able to be a leader, a mentor, a coach for others as well. The Lord will grant it unto us in the name of Jesus. Ma, concerning the assignments, the feedback I want to give is just that based on the assignment, like some lecturers, the assignment is just like 1 or 2, which is very, very okay. But some lecturers that are giving like 5, 6, 7, we are doing one thing or the other, their family and everything. Even sometimes you can see that by the time I will submit my assignment is always in the midnight. That's when I will stay awake just to do the assignment. If the lecturers can please help us to minimize it. 1 or 2 assignments is okay because of our nature of job.
I
Thank you.
agree. I agree. Dr.
Yes,
Omotola,
I totally
number
agree
1.
with you, but it also
Yeah.
depends on the nature of the lecturer himself, how he's teaching. And also it's also because if I ask them to break it to 2 or 3, it could be challenges to them on the other side. But my suggestion would be you don't have to rush any assignment, if you get me now. But that's why we have 3 months. So if today you can only answer 2 out of 10, do that and still hold on to it. Or you can submit the number 1 and 2. Is that okay? So at least you make an attempt. Because I don't want to dictate for them of what they're doing, because it depends on the nature of their modules that they are treating. Because I know of Dr. King David. He is into projects. He is into making sure that when you do it, it will form like an article at the end of it all. So it's not the top, it's just like what Reverend Akpabio said. It's not about just short, it's about you expressing, and it will depend on how understanding you understand their lecture. So I agree with you that some of them have more than, like 10 questions, but they just want to test your ability. But my suggestion is you don't have to rush it. You have enough time. Take for instance, the questions from Professor Pratik from India. He's already said it right from the beginning that take your time. So what he's going to do in his own side is that towards the end of this Diploma Masterclass in July, he's going to now see all together individuals in assignments. That is his own side because he's very busy. Like for example, immediately he finishes lecture here, he's also going to lecture in another university, and that was live. That is live in their own country. So he might not have time to now sit down and start looking individual, but the assignment is very important. So my own suggestion is that do what you can do and leave the rest for the later. Is that okay? Even if it's only 2 questions, you can answer from that, because I can't dictate for them. It depends on the nature. We are talking about professionals. Like Professor Akpabio is a profession in his side. The lectures is in his legs. So he's going to do whatever he's doing according to how he's lecturing and how he's giving assignment in his own area. Same thing will happen to others. Is that okay, Dr. Omotola?
Yes, ma. Thank you,
Yeah,
ma.
so if it is out of that 10, as long as you understand it, if it's only 2, if it was only 2 questions you can answer from that, do it. If you feel like you've done that too, and you are confident with that, you can submit it And the lecturer will know that others are still coming. Or if you want to, you understand what I'm trying to say. So you don't have to answer all the questions because the time is limited. Most of us are working. I'm going to be rushing to go to work very soon. And probably Professor Akpabio will be lecturing this afternoon or praying for some people. Probably Dr. Samina also will be
the next class is
lecturing.
waiting for me.
The next class is waiting for him. So that's why he chose that time. And then for us to, we are the one that introduced that assignment in order to gain, want to see how far people can go. Because diploma is not just theory. Diploma is combination of theory and practical. And doing the assignment is part of the practical side. So just pick up, if it's only 2 you can do, please do out of it. At least they know that you make attempt. And they can even see that probably the one you didn't answer, maybe there's a struggle there. So they might even give feedback. Is that okay, Dr. Motala and
Yes,
Dr.
ma'am.
Samina? Yeah, so if they give you 10 questions, if you cannot do the 10 questions now because there's no time, do maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 5. Dr. Samina, do you understand what I just said? Yeah. So you just pick up.
Yeah.
So, but don't look at it as if, oh my God, 10 questions, I can't attend any. No. If it is only 2 you understand from that 10 questions, pick it up, answer it, and submit it that way. Is that okay, ma'am? Dr. Samina?
Okay.
Okay. That's one. And is that okay, Dr. Motala?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. He said it's okay.
So that is why we can say something like this. Do your best and leave the rest. And then next time you continue with the rest.
Yeah.
Is Dr. Motala happy now?
Fine, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Because I can't control how they operate. They are lecturers, they are professionals. So I can't control them. I mean, it's a great joy that they can even spare their time to come and lecture us. And you can see that what we are getting is a good quality teaching. You understand?
Yeah.
Even 1 or 2 lecturers have to translate. They have to use another machine somewhere, maybe AI machine also, to translate what they want to say into another language. So you can see, and for them to spend time and looking for the machine to translate from another language to another language, it's time consuming. So, and if you want to answer the ones you get and then ask questions, I'm sure they will respond back by answering your questions. Okay, so extra 8 minutes. Now we can go. Dr. Samina, you want to quickly say something?
Yeah.
Because Professor Akpabio, sir, you can leave. You can leave if you want to leave now, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
so
very
that
much.
you don't miss your lecture. Yes. Okay, sir. Because
Thank
I'm
you.
going to close anytime from now. So
Bye for today.
Yes, thank you so much. Dr. Samina, you want to quickly say something before we close?
Yeah. Questions, we should see questions on YYCI Academy.
Yes, that's where all the questions are. I'm going to post it again today. Yeah, I'm going to post it.
YYCI Academy.
So all the assignments will be there. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All the assignments? Okay.
Yes. So like I said, pick up the ones you know you can do your best and leave the rest. Okay, we have 6 modules. If you can do all, that's fine. And if you can do the rest later, that's fine. Okay. All right. So thank you so much once again for being on this platform to learn, for us to learn together. I'm still waiting for some of the assignment. Like I said, don't wait till you finish up all your assignment before you submit. Little by little can make sense. And then later on, you can do the rest. So that is where we will end this masterclass today. Thank you so much. Today is Wednesday. Our next masterclass will be on Friday. and it's going to be an interesting one. I think it's on artificial intelligence, if I remember. Dr. Omotola, since you've offered your services of helping me with my administrative.
No problem. What do you want me to do, ma'am?
Who is lecturing on Friday? Please remind me again. Let me just check my phone. Okay. So Professor Dr. Patricia Gonde will continue with emotional management. So she will be coming back on Friday to continue her lecture. Friday is
Friday,
also
who was the speaker? Who was the speaker on Friday?
speaker. Yeah, Friday we have Dr. Patricia Gonde from, and she will be teaching us on emotional management. And then we have Dr. Suprata from India, and he will continue with the artificial intelligence. So those are the two people that will be teaching us on Friday. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for everything you are all doing. We are learning together. And at the end of it all, we will all celebrate together. We will put on our best gown and celebrate our achievements. So keep trying, keep doing as much as you can do with the assignment, and let us achieve it together. So on this note, I would like to say, may I end this program now? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can, ma.
Okay. May I end this program now? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I can't hear from Professor Charles. I think he must be busy at the background. I can't hear from Ambassador Rachel because I think she's also busy at the background. But we can just say the last one and we release ourselves. Can I end this program now?
Yes,
Yes,
You
you
very well. Thank you very much.
can.
Thank you.
God is us all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.